Welcome everybody to another edition of the Birdland Music Hour, the longest running music hour on YouTube or anywhere else in cyberspace. I'm Barry, this is Craig, and we have new music to talk about this week.
Yes, a lot of new music to talk about.
You're first.
I'm going to go first this time?
But I'll start.
All right.
The new Black Keys record, Akron, Ohio's finest, Brothers on None Such Records, tapes, and CDs. The dynamic duo are back with another raucous rockin' record a la White Stripes, but they're doing their own thing too. The cranked up guitars and drums with the assist on one cut of Mr. Danger Mouse makes this a very fun, rockin', accessible record. The Black Keys, check them out. Next, I wanted to mention the new release by The National, which I don't have a copy here to hold up. But this is their fifth release and their first on the 4AD label. And The National's new record is called High Violet, and it's beautiful, atmospheric, moody songs with their melodic sense of touch, and makes it for a very accessible listen, something you want to sit down and listen to from beginning to end. The National, I recommend it. Check them out.
What was the name of that record company again?
4AD.
That's good. Send us
4AD.
a promo.
That's
Send
right.
us a promo.
And next, and certainly least but not last, the Crooked Still, Some Strange Country. This is a neo-folk bluegrass record. Think Nickel Creek, but I love their sound. Great playing, beautiful harmonies. One of my favorite tracks on here is a cover of the Stones' "You Got the Silver."
Oh, okay. That's a good
Mickey
song,
Keith
too.
tune. But great record for fans of Nickel Creek or any other neo bluegrass group. Check out the Crooked Still on Signature Records. Craig, you're up.
Oh, Book of the Month Club. I was supposed to say, written by Nigel Williamson. British book, Neil Young. Journey Through the Past. It goes through every song he's written with Buffalo Springfield, with Crazy Horse, all the stuff on his albums, and there's even a chapter at the end with Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
See the guy who used to be in Rick James's band?
That was the Minor Birds, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Way back in those old days. Written from a British perspective, not always kind, but it's a good read. So, here, why don't you read that? I'll hold it. All right. She was 12 years old.
It's a little young.
And she's also Canadian. Her name is Nikki Yanofsky.
Any relation to Zal?
No, I don't
that
think.
out yet?
I haven't figured it out. They say that she's a famous daughter of somebody, but they don't. They never say who. I think he's in jail. Oops. Can I say that? Allegedly. Well, anyways, she at the age of 12 headlined at the Montreal Jazz Festival, and has done jazz music in Canada, and has done jazz music over the years. She's only 16, so it's only over 4 years. Her biggest thing was she did an Ella Fitzgerald tribute that said was really good. Now this one's got Phil Ramone on it and Jesse Harris. Jesse Harris was the guy who got Norah Jones started, wrote some of her big tunes.
Phil Ramone, that's big time.
So it is big time. So why I bought this album, because I'm not a jazz person, but this is a cheerful jazz record. And what it is basically, what it reminds me of is a very young, and the name just escaped me. Who's in The Jerk? The girl in The Jerk.
Yeah, that girl.
Yeah, Steve Martin's girlfriend in The Jerk. We need a producer. We're supposed to have something in our ear to help us out.
What did you say?
Bernadette Peters.
Bernadette Peters.
Bernadette
That's who
Peters.
she reminds me of. She reminds me of a very young Bernadette Peters.
Thank you, Caroline.
Our producer. Always on the ball. But it's a good album. It's not all jazz. It's very nice rock and roll with it. And I think that's because of Phil Ramone. So I'm enjoying it.
The legendary Phil.
The legendary Phil.
Not the alleged.
Right. A British cabaret singer who supposedly has been around for years, but I knew nothing about. Jungr. All right.
It's your review.
I bought this album for a couple reasons. One, everything's a cover tune on it. Remember the pictures? Yeah. Everything's a cover tune. Attractive. Everything's a cover tune on it. That's why I bought it. And it's cover tunes of like Bread and Wichita Lineman and stuff that I grew up listening to.
Okay.
It's called the New American Songbook, The Men I Love. It's not traditional as far as what you'd expect from a jazz singer or a cabaret singer. This album, in a lot of that cabaret stuff either, it's mostly, they call it folk rock. It's her and a piano and a cello player in a lot of places. It's good in small doses. My wife won't let me play it in the car though. Not anymore. Burton Cummings.
Guess who?
Burton Cummings.
Who's on first?
Burton Cummings' new record.
The Burton Cummings?
Yes. What's nice about this one is, besides the fact that it's a long CD, it's a really good CD with a lot of good songs on it. Reminds me a lot of the later years Guess Who stuff, like Flavors and 10. And
for those who don't remember, the lead singer of the Guess Who.
Oh, okay. I know I heard it somewhere. But anyways, what's really nice about this is also you get a DVD with it, which is a 50-minute making of. And it tells some good stories. These songs are stuff he's been working on for the last 15 years.
So you can see how old he looks.
Oh, he does look pretty old. But it's a really good CD,
great.
DVD combination. And last, Copperhead, by a group called Copperhead. Came out in the early 70s. This has been an import CD, believe it or not, 3 times in the last 9 years. We finally got a hold of them. It's John Cipollino, who was the guitar player of the Quicksilver Messenger Service.
Legendary.
Legendary. He was the early guitar player because Dino Valente, who went off to prison, I can say that, went off to prison, came back later on, and Cipollino wanted to do more session work, so he left the group. But if you like the early stuff, the Happy Trail CD and stuff like that, Quicksilver, you'll really like this. It's still got that San Francisco feel to it. It's got some jam band feel to it. 71, 72 it came out. Really good. And what even makes me feel better about it is the guy who helped him on this album was also a guy from a group called Stonehenge. Remember them? Another group I liked, only made 1 CD. This one, only one that's out. We're still looking for the second one. They say there's a lost album somewhere. Buy it. Copperhead. Good 70s, early 70s San Francisco rock and roll. And that's all I've got for this week, Barry.
You sure?
Yes. Except, do you have change for that? No, we'll get that later.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. There's tons and tons and racks and walls of new music here at Birdland. We're having our anniversary sale winding up this coming weekend. All our CDs are $12.99 or less, all our regular price CDs, and we have lots of CDs for $9 and less. We've got new music coming in every week. Today we're getting in the new Stone Temple Pilots for people that want their rock and roll loud. And we're expecting any day this week a Birdland exclusive. If you saw in the newspaper, the new Billy Price CD, which we all are Billy Price fans here.
And Friday we have a special in-store. Our producer will be here working, so come in and see our producer.
All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Keep listening to music and come see us and have a great week. Thanks.
Catch us on Facebook.